Welcome to the online lecture series of Turbo Machines. Here is Professor Lakshman Mani. This is lecture on steam turbines part 8, that is numerical on reaction steam turbine. I acknowledge my sincere thanks to the following author and courtesy for being used these concepts to make this video session. In this session, you will be able to solve numerical on reaction steam turbine, and you will also be able to use of steam table to obtain values of steam properties. Let us take review of formulae of reaction steam turbine. Work done per kg is a formula, its unit joule per kg. Power, that is product of mass flow rate and work done per kg, its unit is watt. Blade efficiency is equal to Vw1 plus Vw2 into U divided by V1 square by 2 plus Vr2 square minus Vr1 square by 2. Stage efficiency is a ratio of work done per kg to enthalpy difference. Number of stages is equal to total heat drop divided by enthalpy difference. Degree of reaction is a ratio of delta Hm divided by delta Hf plus delta Hm. So delta Hm is enthalpy difference in moving blade and delta Hf is enthalpy difference in fixed blade. Delta Hm is given by the formula Vr2 square minus Vr1 square divided by 2. Delta Hf is equal to V1 square minus V2 square divided by 2. Degree of reaction as 50% means blade of reaction steam turbine are symmetrical in shape or equiangular. That means phi is equal to alpha and theta is equal to beta. V2 is equal to Vr1 and V1 is equal to Vr2. Maximum blade efficiency for this is 2 cos square alpha divided by 1 plus cos square alpha. Volume flow rate is equal to pi dh into Vf average. Here this is flow area and this is flow velocity. To find the mass flow rate, this is the relation where Vs is specific volume. In case of wet steam, dryness fraction is taken into calculation, where Vg is obtained from steam table, means value corresponding to pressure. Speed ratio, that is U by V1, and blade velocity, that is pi dn by 60. Now we will discuss about the difference between velocity triangles for hydraulic turbine and steam turbine. These are the velocity triangles for hydraulic turbine, inlet and outlet. So if you see for steam turbine, inlet velocity triangle is looking like outlet velocity triangle of hydraulic turbine, while outlet velocity triangle of steam turbine is in a shape like inlet velocity triangle of hydraulic turbine. Now you can use this triangle in the numerical. Superimpose velocity triangle diagram of reaction steam turbine. In solving the numerical it is required. So these are the regular velocity triangles. If we want to combine it, how to do? So here this inlet velocity triangle is drawn as it is, while this outlet velocity triangle is inverted and kept in a such a way that its U1 and U2 component will be same. That's why here U1 is equal to U2 is equal to U. This is called as superimposed velocity triangle or combined velocity diagram, which is used in solving numerical of reaction steam turbine. Now we will see numerical on reaction steam turbine. First numerical. So here is the data of Parsons reaction turbine. Speed, mean diameter of rotor, stage efficiency, blade outlet angle, speed ratio. These are the values given. Determine the available enthalpy drop in the stage. So enlist the given data. First of all, from the diameter and speed, we can find blade velocity, that is pi dn by 60. Then by using value of u and value of speed ratio, we can obtain absolute velocity. As the problem is of Parsons turbine, theta is equal to beta and alpha is equal to phi. Now outlet blade angle is given 20 degree. So here alpha we have to take as a 20 degree in the further calculation. So from inlet velocity triangle, by using trigonometric relations, you can find value of Vw1 and flow velocities. After that, using outlet velocity triangle, using tan phi relation, that is V up2 upon U2 plus Vw2, you can obtain value of Vw2, because here phi is known, V up2 is calculated over here, and U2 also is calculated in last slide. So you get Vw2 value. Then using stage efficiency formula, work done per kg divided by heat drop in stage. In this case, stage efficiency is given, Vw1, Vw2 and U we have calculated. So we find enthalpy drop in joule per kg for stage. This is the second numerical in which the data is same, except here one change is given, that in this case enthalpy drop is given in kilojoule per kg and it is asked to find number of moving rows required. So enlisting the given data, speed, diameter, stage efficiency, degree of reaction, speed ratio, angles. So here all the values are similarly found as per the previous numerical. So U value V1, value of Vw1, V1 V2, Vw2. From the stage efficiency formula, enthalpy drop per stage. So up to this the problem is same, or all the values are same because the data is same. Now only change is to find number of stages. So here the formula for number of stages is total heat drop divided by heat drop per stage, means this H1 minus H2. Now total heat drop is given in kilojoule per kg 63. So here we take it in joule per kg. That's why 63 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 divided by calculated H1 minus H2 in joule per kg. So answer comes 4.85. So we take round up value 5. So number of moving rows comes 5. Next numerical of Parsons reaction turbine, in that rotor diameter, speed ratio, rotor speed, outlet blade angles are given, and it is asked to calculate inlet blade angle, blade efficiency and maximum blade efficiency. But here is one important thing, that all the angles are measured with the respect to axial direction. So as per this we have to fetch the data. So enlisting the given data: speed, diameter, degree of reaction, speed ratio. Now as the angle are measured with respect to axial direction, so this angle is given, that is alpha dash. This we will clear in next figure. So first of all, from the data, first of all find the speed, blade speed, then using speed ratio and blade speed find the absolute velocity. Then this is superimposed velocity diagram. In this now you can see this is alpha angle, but the value of alpha dash, that is with respect to axial direction. So this is red color line, that is called as axial direction. It is parallel to the flow velocity. So we are given the angle that is with respect to axial direction. So here alpha will be what? 90 minus this alpha dash. So alpha comes 35. So alpha is equal to 5, that is 35 to be taken for the further calculation. So now by using trigonometric relation finding VW1, VF1. After that, using tan theta ratio, you can find value of theta. Then using sin theta ratio, you can find value of relative velocity at inlet. After that, using outlet velocity triangle and taking tan phi ratio, means front side VF2 divided by adjacent side this U2 plus VW2. From this formula you can obtain VW2 value. Then as alpha phi is equal to 35, you can use sin phi ratio and you get value of VR2. Then putting the values VW1, VW2, all the calculated values in blade efficiency formula, you get blade efficiency in percentage. After that, maximum blade efficiency is a formula 2 cos square alpha divided by 1 plus cos square alpha. Putting the value of alpha in this equation, you get maximum blade efficiency in percentage. Next numerical, in which Parsons reaction turbine running at 400 rpm with 50% reaction turbine develops 75 kilowatt per kg per second. Again now here this is somewhat again different concept. Exit angle of the blade is given, steam velocity 1.4 times blade velocity. So relation we can have. Determine blade velocity and inlet angle of moving blade. So enlist the data: speed, degree of reaction, alpha phi angle. Here V1 is equal to 1.4 times U. Now as per the statement over here, 75 kilowatt per kg per second means power is 75 kilowatt and mass flow rate is 1 kg per second. Per kg per second means 1 kg per second. So first of all, by using trigonometric relation finding value of VW1, VF1, but as here relation is between absolute velocity and blade velocity, so we can put V1 value in this expression in terms of U. So we get here VW1 in terms of U, VF1 equation in terms of U. After that, using tan phi relation, here we get equation for VW2 also in terms of U. Now putting the expression in terms of U of VW1 and VW2 in power equation. So left side power as 75 kilowatt is given. So here we convert that into watt by multiplying it by 1000. right side mass flow rate is 1. Here VW1, VW2 expression in terms of U multiplied by U. So from this equation we get answer of U, blade velocity. After finding U, next you can find VF1, VW1. Then by using these values tan theta ratio, we get angle, inlet blade angle, that is theta. Next numerical, in which outlet blade angle of Parsons turbine is given, axial velocity of flow of steam is 0.5 times the mean blade velocity is given, diameter of ring and rotational speed is given. Calculate inlet blade angle and power. If dry steam at 5 bar passes through blade whose blade height is 6 cm, neglect effect of blade thickness. Now this is again some different kind of problem, because here pressure is given at 5 bar and steam quality is given dry. So here we will need to use steam table to find specific volume of the steam. Okay, so let us start enlisting the data. As usual, first calculate U, then it is 0.5 times, means flow velocity relation is 0.5 times U. So we get flow velocity at inlet outlet, both are same, that is equal to, we get answer. After that, here is a concept already we have discussed in theory. This is a wheel of turbine, these are the blades, and between these blades the steam is flowing with flow velocity Vf. So flow area is pi dh and velocity is Vf. Together is what? Volume flow rate. This volume flow rate we can equate with left side mass flow rate into specific volume. Now to find specific volume we need steam table. So from steam table, here pressure is given of steam 5 bar. We have to find value of Vg, means saturated steam. So for that, this is a steam table. So here this is a pressure column in which values of pressures are given. This is a specific volume column in which values of specific volume given. Now as pressure 5 bar is given, locate this 5 bar. Then we can project a horizontal line towards specific volume column. Here we find the value of Vg, that is saturated steam. This value we can use for the calculation. So by putting the values, mass flow rate is equal to, arranging this equation, pi dh into Vf upon Vs. Now here this Vs and Vg means both are specific volumes. This is standard formula, but as the steam is saturated given, that's why we use Vg. Let Vg notification. Okay, so pi into diameter given, blade height is given in centimeter, that we take in meter. 6 centimeter means 0.06 meter. Vf is calculated over here, divided by specific volume from the steam table. So we get m dot mass flow rate in kilogram per second. Further calculation for the Parsons turbine using the concept of equal blade angles, using tan alpha ratio for the inlet velocity triangle, we can get value of VW1. Then after we use tan theta relation, we find the value of theta, that is inlet blade angle. After that, using outlet velocity triangle tan phi ratio, we get value of VW2. Then we can put value of VW1 and VW2 and U m dot in the equation, and we get power. Now as here this formula is divided by 1000, that's why we get power in kilowatt. This is the numerical where Parsons reaction turbine running at 400 rpm develops 5 megawatt. Here power is given in megawatt using 6 kilogram per kilowatt hour of the steam. Now see, in this numerical, steam flow rate is given in different way. Again, this is some different category of the numerical. Rest of the things are as usual: exit angle, steam velocity 1.3 times blade velocity, pressure at exit 1.25 bar, dryness fraction is given 0.95. So in this case again the steam is not dry, it is wet. And blade height, assuming ratio of diameter to blade height 12. This is again we have to use in the numerical, where dm is mean diameter and hb is blade height. So enlisting the values over here. Now first of all we have to take power in kilowatt, so megawatt to kilowatt means multiplying it by 1000. After that this m dot we have to calculate in kg per second. So for that, see, for 5 megawatt to kilowatt, this is a conversion, multiplied by this is a rate per kilowatt hour 6 kg, so multiplied by, divided by 3600, this is conversion from hour to second. So m dot we get here in kilogram per second. Then using combined velocity triangle diagram, we can have here expression for Vw1 in terms of u, as the relation for V1 and u is given here 1.3 times 35 times u. V1 is 1.35 times u. So Vw1 in terms of u. Similarly Vf1 also we get in terms of u. After that, here we can use the concept of Parsons steam turbine and superimpose velocity triangle. See, as this u is a common for the both triangles, that's why the other side difference Vw2, this difference or this distance will be equal to this distance. So we have to find Vw2. So for that we can equate this Vw to this distance, and this distance we can express as Vw1, this total, minus u distance. So hence Vwt is equal to Vw1 minus u. Now Vw1 in terms of u, then solving this we get Vw2 expression in terms of u. After that, putting the expressions of Vw1, Vw2 in terms of u inside the bracket, mass flow rate calculated, power in megawatt that you take in watt. So conversion is done by multiplying 10 raised to 6 megawatt to watt. Here by solving this we get value of blade velocity. After that, using the concept of volume flow rate, formula m dot into x into Vg is equal to pi into dh into Vf. Now here this is what blade height is given 6 centimeter. Now from steam table, value of P2, corresponding value of specific volume we have to find. So we use steam table. So this is a pressure column, already we have discussed about this. This is specific volume column. Then locate the value of 1.2 bar, then project horizontally on specific volume column, and here we will find this value, that is 1.4281 meter cube per kg. But this is a value of saturated steam, and we are given dryness fraction value 0.95. So we can use this now in the formulae. So m dot calculated, x value 0.95, Vg value from the steam table, right side pi into DM and HB. Here diameter is given 12 times height, so 12 times HB into blade height, and this is flow velocity. So from this expression, mathematical expression, you can get value of blade height in meter. So at the end of this session, you can solve numerical on reaction steam turbine, and you can use of steam table to obtain values of steam properties. If you like this video, please subscribe and share. Thank you.